defensively, beating Yao to certain spots. Defended it well and forced an air ball from Yao. Yao loves to drop that way to the baseline on the fall away.
And he also likes to turn to the middle, but you know which way he's going to turn just by where his shoulder is when he catches the ball.
Kobe, little runner. Kobe over Yao. And the Lakers with the first basket of the game. 55 points a contest. Among the league leaders once again in scoring. In fact, 9th so far. But this is an interesting assignment. And Artest with the off arm setting up Scola, who ties it up.
He's been on a real tear lately. He has really been shooting the ball efficiently and effectively.
Well, playing for Argentina in Beijing, he showed more offense than he had in his first NBA season. The follow-away, Kobe, quick spot. Man, Artest couldn't react to that.
Well, that's how you can combat strength, quickness. You know,
Rockets 1 for 4. Alston.
Nice help and recovery though by Derek Fisher.
And it's picked up by Radmanovic. So the Lakers get to stop once again. The lob, Gasol from Radmanovic.
Now that's what I like to see. I'm sure Phil Jackson likes to see it too. The fact that Powell was in the paint, the ball was turned over, he sprinted the length of the floor and is able to get a really easy hoop. That's a nice hustle on Powell's part.
Yeah. McGrady never saw it coming. And on the run, Derek Fisher denies. Bulldog stays with it. Gasol after it, but he was picked clean by Rafer Alston. Alston in the transition game. Damn. 6-4 Laker lead.
Screen, and I'll get you an easy.
Deep on the catch to begin with. They left for McGrady. Good ball movement. And an easy one. No! Kobe blocked Yao from behind. What a recovery play.
Last year, Kobe got a block on Yao, so it's become a yearly thing.
He never saw it coming. It'll be Andrew Bynum. And fouled by Yao Ming. Little bounce entry. Great two-man basketball.
Well, help basketball in the defensive end. Kobe from the backside. Yao had no idea Kobe was there, and he comes away with a clean play. The block. Sends the ball off the glass, going the other direction. Yao said, where did 24 come from? Tracy McGrady will stay healthy and be able to do what he can do.
Andrew Bynum tardy on the pass to begin with, and points off the turnover. He was indecisive, and Kobe was available the first time, not the second. On Kobe right now, that was back in 2004. Fish, good clean look. And 2 for Derek now that looked like they were going to go down. So Houston looks for the lead. And the Lakers, ice cold, 3 for 12. Yao with the left hand.
That's the way you finish.
He wasn't going to lay it up that time.
No.
So Houston has the lead. Gasol beats him down the floor, but Scola smacked it away. So recovery and good transition defense by Louis Scola. Nobody picked up Alston. And that is his game. Don't forget, he had a career-high 8 3-pointers against the Lakers in a game in the second half of last season. He's got 7 of their first 11. Gasol, quick, and then they throw it away anyway. Another turnover behind the back. It's McGrady. Man, Scola will put it back. So the Lakers ball watching after they initially got the stop. And now a 13-7 lead, 6-point advantage.
And that's what really is going to give them success. It's sort of what the Lakers are hoping to do.
Poor pass, another turnover, and already it's 7-2 in points off turnovers before this transaction. Man, make it 10-2 now in points off mistakes. That's a 12-0 run for the Rockets, and don't forget 47%. Fish with some space off the Kobe pick. Finally, so the Lakers 16-9, trail by only 7. Long weekend. Yao backing his way into the jump hook.
Yeah, that's the shot. That's what I was talking about, where he doesn't really have to elevate very high, but
there. But that's on their only edge. As Scola makes it a 12-point deficit. Deepest for the Lakers so far, and Yao tapped it away. Another turnover. 7 already for the Lakers. And on the run, Alston does not get the roll, but Yao's there to clean it up. From bad to worse. Lakers have numbers. Ariza was on the back door.
They're going to really have to help there.
Kobe and the foul as he spun, and Yao came over to help out. He knew he had a mismatch with Alston and was going to capitalize on that. He was not drafted. Played in the D-League with Albuquerque.
Well, he's not an offensive weapon on the perimeter. He's a good offensive rebounder. He sneaks in, get inside position.
Stop, 90 seconds to play.
Just come right back to Kobe.
Ariza got him on the run out. And it's going to be a charge. No, a block. A block on Hayes.
That's what he does. Well, he stands in and takes more charges for big guys that you think should be allowed.
Tough, dirty work like Louis Scola downstairs as they check in Carl Landry for the first time. And don't forget, Friday, Lakers Pistons right here. We're against the Clippers with 20 points in that game. Shot clock down on Alston. It'll be McGrady. He'll beat it. He won't get the bucket, though. But a second chance opportunity. Aaron Brooks. He nails the triple.
Well, again, turnovers and second chance opportunities. You know, I mean, they look like they've had too many days off.
Brooks all the way to the hole. It'll count. Fouled by Gasol.
There's a good example of that speed I was talking about with Aaron Brooks, and a nice job of making the quick jump, keeping the ball in your offhand, and catching Powell by surprise. Powell never did get a chance to really make a block on the ball. He just reached up.
The Lakers #1 in points allowed in the NBA, 85 a game, giving up 28. Kobe, last shot, it'll go. So the Lakers trail by 12, shooting only 29%. In the first 12 minutes of play.
They should be down more than 12 the way they've played, not only the way they've shot, but the way they've turned the ball over. But
you know, for the Houston Rockets, it's all about health. If Tracy McGrady and Yao Ming can stay through a full season healthy, they probably could challenge the Lakers for the West.
Well, and they've got Artest now, as that's a beautiful entry to Carl Landry. So right out of the break, it's a 14-point advantage once again. They're going to get Battier back on that series. And Ariza in the corner for a three. Entry to Aaron Brooks. That's simple basketball. Give and go.
Well, right now, they are picking the Lakers apart on both ends of the floor. Run my offense obviously inside out.
Second foul on Chuck Hayes. Well, across the board, though, as you say, they're getting the best of the Lakers. Now Ariza. Finally, somebody going to the rack, and it's Trevor Ariza.
Nice return pass by Andrew, one of the toughest defenders in the league, to go along with Ron Artest on the same team. So they've got some good depth defensively.
Good move, Andrew Bynum. And he rattles it home. It'll stay down. The Lakers down by a dozen. This is the second unit that has had some nice runs for the Lakers in the second 12-minute session.
They're going to need one here to get them back to level.
It's deflected, goes back to Ariza. Kenneth Farmar with a two-man game. Farmar at the distance.
Now, I like what Trevor did. He gave the ball up early because he knows that if there's going to be a finish on the pass, he should be the one finishing it. But they didn't commit enough, so Jordan was able to just walk in and get the layup himself.
So the Lakers cut it down to 10. As high as 16, moved their head. Brooks, hot hand off the bench. It continues. He is left in the corner alone.
That was Sasha that time. He got wiped out. He's on good behavior. He's been acting better the last couple of seasons. But he's the keg of dynamite just waiting to explode.
Yeah. Fortunate to be down by only 10, shooting 39%. Aaron Brooks, though, again, is being washed down on the screen. And Aaron Brooks on a career night already. But he is 5 of 6. He's got 14 points.
You can't get washed down on that screen. You have to fight with him. You know, you stay on his hip. If you get screened because he doesn't have the ball, you get time to recover. But if you just lay there, you're going to find a gap.
Andrew Bynum walked with it, got away with it, and flips it up with the left hand.
Yeah, he did. I thought, like you did, move the foot, the pivot foot.
But they got the ball early in the set for 12 of the shot clock to Andrew. Because there's a distinct mismatch down low. Carl Landry's improved that area of his game big time during the offseason. Worked on it. He was a great defender and rebounder last year's rookie season with the Houston Rockets. Still has yet to miss with this lineup on the floor here in the second quarter. Thrown away. Brent Barry said he was hit as he released the pass. Farmar setting up a wide open Sasha Vujacic. The machine. Back to a 10-point deficit. 41-31. Good to see him hit his first.
Again, the Lakers ought to go inside. They have Scola guarding Andrew now. They're trying to force it into Lamar.
And Trevor Ariza way up there. Lamar, second chance points for the Lakers for the first time tonight.
Boy, what an effort by Trevor, though. Boy, that left hand just about touched it.
Finally, it's a smaller man to the left hand. Trevor Ariza will go to the line. Yeah, he was controlling it, too, with two hands, and Landry fouls him in the active shooting. Is he ever active?
Well, he moves along the baseline. He really thinks that every shot that you take is going to be a miss, so that he's always on the move. 2 trips down now. This last trip, he had a tap at it, missed it. This one, he doesn't miss only because he gets fouled.
Another miss at the free throw line for the Lakers, where they're 7-11.
Oh, you had to bring that up.
A split of those two.
Are you saying it's going to be overtime tonight?
And don't forget about the one that didn't go to overtime. The opener last year, Battier with what? 4 5/10 of a second on the clock, hit the three. After the Lakers had come back from a 20-point deficit. 6+ to play. And the Lakers down by 9. Farmar gets it anyway. Off the shin of Aaron Brooks. The distance.
Boy, that's quickness there. He got it. Tapped the ball the first time. He got a piece of it. It ricocheted off of Aaron Brooks right back to Jordan in transition.
So a little pinball game out there. And thought about the three. And nobody stopped the basketball. So inside of 6 to play. Back to 9, 45-36.
Their small guards are really hurting the Lakers right now. I mean, they're getting wide open looks or dribble penetration.
Lamar finds Andrew Bynum. Super look by L.O. Back to 7. So we're keeping it close. Way out there. And the Lakers will take it.
I thought that was a bad shot. They had more time on the clock. The Al can get a better look than that.
Farmar, Ariza again. Not accounted for. Off the ball. Did it again.
Well, he has just been a real spark for this Laker team.
Kobe, y'all didn't know where to go. He was backpedaling.
That's why bigs don't want to come that far away to defend. They want you to come to them when they're standing under the hoop. So if you can get them to come to you, you've got them. That got Rick Adelman off the bench. More so the timeout that he called just a minute ago. And he comes out and he has Yao take a 20-footer. And then defensively, they break down. And Kobe says, Yao, here I am. Yao says, I know, but I don't want to come out there. The air is waves.
And Gasol, you can tell, he's upset. Got to make a decision. Ariza, shot clock down, number 3, can get through. And Gasol with a loose ball foul. No, it's Landry.
Yeah, he's been holding on to Powell the whole way.
Not moving. Powell saying, hey. Yeah, Landry got away a little bit on the other side of the paint earlier in the sequence.
Yeah, but I like the demeanor of Pau Gasol. He's not overly excited about all of this. Landry getting called for the loose ball foul. He's just taking it, and after the whistle sounded, sending him to the free throw line, Powell just said, oh, that's probably because they missed the slap in the face he gave me on the other side of the floor. And
the Big Score Sweepstakes presented by CreditReport.com. To enter, text Jersey to 525-377. Register online as well right now at Lakers.
And that rebound attempt. Just be consistent. Players can adjust if you're consistent.
And again, another steal for Trevor Ariza. If it sounds like a broken record, we won't get tired of it. Now Ariza on the run. On the reverse. He lost it, but Gasol's there. It almost was like Trevor lost it going up.
Good job of, again, running the baseline. The dribble penetration by Fish. The bounce pass. Trevor just missed the shot, but it created an opportunity for Powell to have the inside position.
The week, the transition. Make it tough on Yao, moving up and down the floor. The Grady's real cold to start the game. On the lead, again, doesn't get it. Yao after it, he follows. So 47-44 lead for the Rockets. Minute 20 to play. The way he goes up with one hand. Extendo man himself. So the Lakers trying to regain the lead. And Gasol with a step through. Nifty footwork by the big guy.
That's called reading the defense because he had his drop step. He thought, oh, I'm going to be able to go to my left. But Scola read that play and took that away. But because he was patient, he got an easy one.
What a turnaround. Lakers down by as many as 16 early, 32-16. Lead it by 1, and it'll stay that way. But Landry gets the long board. And that's what he's in there for. A workaholic, Carl Landry. Kobe gambling. And Artest hits the deck.
Well, he hit a wet spot.
Powell on the trail. Man, a couple of free throws coming in for Pau Gasol.
Tracy turned an ankle.
Yeah. He's in pain.
The Lakers in the transition. Kobe to Powell, and Powell gets fouled. And seeing if he can add to a 1-point advantage with 39 seconds left in the half. Yeah. Rockets healthy because he's had a history of going down for a number of games.
How about Pau Gasol's half for the Lakers? 12 points, 8 boards. He has not missed at the free throw line. So Artest gets 1 of 2. Lakers can play deep into the clock.
Yeah.
3 seconds, the difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So a 2-point Laker lead. Kobe with 9 is 4 of 6. Powell on the high screen to roll. And Kobe turns it over. Artest, Lamar bats it away. What a recovery by Lamar. And that's the way they go to the locker rooms. Wow. Another stop by the Lakers. They outscore them 34-16 over the last 11 minutes of the half.
What a play by Lamar Odom. You talk about not quitting on a play. Ron Artest has no idea he's coming. That long left arm of Lamar takes care of the left-handed shot by Ron Artest. It prevents a halftime tie.
A couple of guys that played as 12-year-olds against each other growing up in Queens, in New York. And he got the best of Ron Artest from behind. 50-48 Lakers at the break. We'll join Billy Mack now. It's time for the Jack of the Box halftime report.
Let's give it a try and see if we can get the fourth one on it.
Artest working with 2 fouls, matching up with Kobe at the opposite end.
Kobe has to be careful offensively about the offensive side.
Gasol had the good look. Kobe, shot clock coming down over Yao on his way down with the left hand.
I tell you what, that guy is so creative.
Switched in midair.
But kind of outguessed himself. I think he thought Yao would challenge his right side and put it in his left hand. Why aren't they posting up McGrady?
Did Fish save it? Close.
I mean, I said McGrady, or Ron Artest. Now, they gives the Lakers a chance to switch back, but the Carl's Jr. X-Mo shows Kobe go up, jumps around him, puts it in his left hand, and scores. How good is that guy? That guy is remarkable.
The creative aspect of it, you brought it up.
So far here in the third quarter, how many half-court touches has Powell had?
Now Kobe with Tmac. They set it up for Yao Ming. You had to bring it up. So
I said Powell, not Yao. Let's see if they can get Powell a touch.
Yao walking into position because they dropped down. Alston was free. And Andrew Bynum kept it away from Scola. So the Lakers get a break. It was a good look for Rafer Alston, who was hot at the outset of the game.
It'd be nice to see them get Radmanovich a shot, and he takes one.
And the rainbow for Vladdy. Lakers matched their largest lead of the game. It was 4 in the first quarter. That disappeared in a hurry.
Tim from the field.
Alston setting up. Yao wasn't ready. Scola blocked away by Bynum. Loose ball. Gasol.
What are you doing?
He gave it away. He was off balance. Artest burns it. It's a triple for Ron Artest.
But you know what? That was a bad shot. Even though he made it, right? He picked up the steal. He just goes, dribbles to the corner and shoots a 3.
Kobe on the curl. Off the screen by Bynum. Kobe. 57-54 as they start to warm up and trade baskets. But you're right about Artest. Off balance. 4 seconds into the shot clock after a steal. Didn't wait for his teammates.
Right. No offensive rebounding.
Hey, Kobe recovers. Kobe's got a second block of the game as McGrady was left alone.
What a play.
So Kobe got Yao, sets up Radmanovich, and Yao got the best of that, but a fresh shot clock for the Lakers, so they can take the time. Kobe on the spin, though, says, I'll take it here, and he'll get it there. Off the window. Timeout, Houston. Lakers with their biggest lead.
Rick Adams is saying the same stuff. Stu, I heard you the first time, but I just don't believe what that young man can do sometimes. We had him doubled up right there. He spins away and makes the shot, but it all started with his defense. He gets picked off and he says, I'm not quitting on the play. McGrady says, where did he come from? I left him 15 foot away. Thinking about a 15-foot. Kiss it, Kobe.
He wanted a shot. He still doesn't have a shot so far in the second half. Real complete first half. For Gasol. Artest got another 3. That time he squared up off a little pick out on the arc.
But again, that's the typical right-hander coming to his left. It don't have to be a square going that direction. He was going the other way.
Radmanovich, too strong. Kobe tracks it down. What an effort. Fish in rhythm. Derek Fisher. Lakers by 4.
The key word there was in rhythm. I mean, he really had that last hard dribble before he elevated.
Still by 4. 61-57.
I'll get the touch.
Against the smaller man, Scola.
Give it back to him. There you go.
And Scola reaching around. Now on the swing. Gasol gets the soft touch. Lakers by a half dozen. That is their biggest lead.
Nice running hook. Or semi-hook by Powell.
McGrady denied. Bynum with a block. Andrews third of the game. Lakers with numbers. Fish on the trail on the opposite side. Curry, little pull-up game. Lakers add to it. It's 65-57.
Well, again, the tempo, even now with the starting unit, they've turned them over a little bit, and they're getting down, getting early offense, so you don't have to fight 5-on-5.
And up to 44% shooting. Major development. Artest with Scola. Double right there. Gasol got it. Bynum was behind him.
Everybody got a piece of that one.
Yeah, Scola denied easily. On the run, Derek Fisher! Lakers by double figures, 67-57.
That's how that happens in the NBA. A team can go on a quick spurt, and before you know it, you're down double digits.
The league averaging 51 on the glass per game. So right now at 38-29 over the Rockets. Now Kobe had Artest. It's been great. Landry got away, though. So a breakdown defensively for the Lakers, giving up the layup, 67-61.
And that happens when you're on the weak side and you're ball watching and your man just leaves. And before you can get back to him, he's got a layup.
Kobe splitting the double out top. This easy one from Kobe. You can see it coming. They gambled out front.
Well, again, he splits the double team out front. You know, the high screen and roll, he splits it, gets into the paint. Somebody had to help, and it freed up foul.
Lakers back up by 8.
Same scenario.
Aaron Brooks setting up Scola. He just spaced and waited.
Well, again, you allow dribble penetration. That's going to break down your defense.
And Barry just checked back in. And Artest setting up Landry. Denied by Gasol. Stayed with it, though, and still blew it. It's out to Farmar.
Wow, that was good effort by Landry.
2 for 1. That's what Lamar's making. And Lamar gets the triple.
See, now that's what people see from Lamar. They see that he can do just about anything on the basketball floor, and they expect him to be a 20-and-12 guy every night.
He gives the Lakers a 9-point advantage.
Now see if Jordan can level off Brooks here. Here comes the screen. There goes Brooks.
And Lamar was there to help out, but Landry follows it up. So 3.9 to play. Lamar did a good job. It'll be Farmar. Get it off in time? No. So the Lakers led it by 2 at the half. +5 of the third, going by 7.
If they can do the same thing in the next 12 minutes, my math says that they'll win. But they're going to have a struggle on their hands. This Rocket team isn't going anywhere.
For the year, and Tony Parker, they said 2 to 4. It may be closer to 4 now. Ankle injury. Lamar. Jordan Farmar. Now that's the way you want to start the fourth.
That's a good play by Jordan Farmar. I mean, talk about the control.
Started on Friday night. Back home.
Who'd they play?
And, well, they won. And they've got a chance with him. Saj, a quick release. Yes, the machine. Deep 3. Lakers by 11, their biggest lead.
You know, some guys, the coaches know what their role is.
Remember that night in Houston a couple of years ago when Luther Head pulled that off on the Lakers. Lamar on a roll with Gasol. Good ball movement. Gasol faces up. And Powell with the complete night has 18 to lead the Lakers.
What's so impressive about his 18 is only 9 attempts.
Carl Landry. And Gasol in the position. So Lakers cleaning up here in the second half. Lamar Odom, the mismatch. A little step back. And Lamar with a sweet stroke. Surprised they haven't called a timeout. I know it's early in the fourth, but the Lakers continue with a run, and they're up by 15.
Yeah, I think Rick is waiting on this trip here. If they score, obviously that's great, but if they miss and the Lakers score again, I think you'll see an early timeout.
Head on the crossover. And Lamar got the deflection. Otherwise, Landry had a dunk. Deep one. Real deep. You know it's Aaron Brooks tonight when he goes that far. He's a good 6 feet beyond the arc.
Yeah, but the shot clock was down to 5, so he says, I got the green light when it's at that point.
Lamar long it away. Bam. Pau Gasol. Farmar real early. Gets the triple. Don't, yes. That's the coaching staff's mentality.
The only good thing about it was it was a semi-inside out.
For the second unit. They split it in the second quarter. Reason the Lakers led at the half. Gasol out of rhythm, makes no difference. Timeout, Houston. What a night for Pau Gasol.
I don't know if Powell's ever out of rhythm. He's so smooth. The guy just catches it and goes to work, and the crowd is on their feet. 2-point lead at the half. When you look at the scoreboard, with 8:34 to play, and the Lakers up 86-69. Yeah, well, that's always a good test for anybody guarding Artest on the box, especially. But Trevor is such a quick reactor. Shot clock issues.
Down on Brooks, the left hand. And it'll be Landry taking care of it because the guys were trying to block the shot by Aaron Brooks. So Yao Ming's going to be coming back into the game.
This is the last push for the Rockets.
Beautiful crossover, and Brooks snakes it home. So Aaron Brooks not far off his career best. Former Oregon Duck.
He's a blur. He went by Jordan that time like, wow.
Lakers by 13.
So Jordan says,
15.
I can do it too.
There's an answer. And a long rebound.
Yeah.
That's a bad break. Brooks, bad shot. The Lakers and Sasha come away with it.
But they have an advantage.
Sets it up. A wide open three. Farmar. Got it again. Farmar's got 16. Brooks 18. Take that, he says. And a technical foul on Aaron Brooks.
Wow. Aaron Brooks says, hey, I'm getting bounced around too much down here. I'm not taking this any longer. Not with Sasha on the floor.
Sasha has walked up to the line even when Kobe's been out there with him.
I like that confidence.
Yeah,
Kobe looked at him like, what are you doing?
Say what?
Well, the unwritten rule with clubs, the highest shooting percentage on the floor at the time is the guy that shoots the tees.
Already 37 points, averaging close to 40 a game. Yao, what does he walk back into position? And he gets the hook. But before he ever puts it down,
he shuffles both feet.
Yep.
The typical big man syndrome. One of the hardest things we have to teach is to get them to release the ball before they start shuffling their big dogs.
Trevor Ariza. Good ball movement, spacing by the Lakers. And the teardrop from the machine. The man is a machine. 94-75, Lakers by 19. And holding another opponent to under 100 points tonight.
Very special.
Lamar rotating over, took it away. Kobe's back into the game. Let's see Gasol. Kobe for three. Add to it. Lakers 97-75, and I only mentioned Gasol because Pau has never had in his career a 20-20 game.
And I hope he doesn't have to get it tonight because with this kind of a spread, you don't want guys on the floor with the possibility of getting hurt. It's one of the reasons why I'm surprised that Kobe came in for Sasha.
Aaron Brooks, 2 off his career high. That is the definition of protecting the basketball. Backdoor. Andrew Bynum! Yao never saw it. A great lead. Farmar likes it too.
Yao saw the ball. He just couldn't elevate high enough at the time.
After game number 1, the very first night here, when the Lakers opened against the Blazers. And we didn't get to do it, but we talked about Trevor the next night in the back-to-back as it's given away.
All right, there's Ron Artest again.
It'll be moved their head. Mano good to the line, looking at the three-point play with 3:53 remaining. Lakers with 13-7 with those 3 blocks. So Drew doing a good job from start to finish, and a lot of minutes out there. 33 for Andrew Bynum. Andrew Bynum on cue. Take it, buddy. Now Trevor Ariza. Kobe on the line. Yes! They love it! Lakers by 24, making a statement of the second half.
I just don't understand why Kobe's on the floor. I mean...
Well, you got a timeout coming inside of 3, and he won't be.
I don't care.
You got to believe he asked. Artest.
I mean, he wants to play all 48.
I know.
But that's why you're the coach. You determine who plays and when.
Nobody stopped the ball. Man, Ariza saves it. That was like a travel.
He said, I want a 3.
To myself. Trevor gets the 3. Pretty impressive second half, guys. And holding the Rockets to 40%.
Lakers show that they are going to be very, very consistent, hopefully, with their defensive pressure.
Josh Powell, face-up game. He's got a great stroke.
Yeah, he does.
He really's got nice
He has
stroke.
got a nice touch. The winning things are always nice. So let's just hope the Lakers can keep a very consistent winning record.
Pick and roll. Chris Mihm from Sasha.
Well, it's a good thing Chris Mihm has some soft hands. That was not an easy pass to handle.
It's over as the Lakers win it by 29 points. What a beginning. So they did it at both ends of the floor in the second half. It was ugly at the outset offensively. They couldn't get it straight. They corrected it in a hurry, though, and they prevail in a big way. Kobe finished with 23 to lead the guys, but Pau Gasol, what a complete effort.
It was just a good effort by the entire team. That second unit came in, gave the Lakers a nice boost when they were struggling a bit, and from there, it was all downhill.
So the Lakers win it convincingly, 111 to 82, as we head downstairs to Patrick O'Neal. Patrick?
I just said to Pau Gasol, he didn't even break a sweat tonight, doesn't need a towel, but he did. He claims. Great game for you and the Lakers tonight. Pau, you had 20 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks. But talk about how the defense is leading to the offense for this team. Really impressive.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're playing hard defense and trying to be consistent with it, and that's what's going to give us a lot of wins.
Okay, now in that first quarter, you guys had a lot of turnovers. You turned it around and played extremely well. What was that big difference?
Well, we were just a little rusty. You know, we haven't played since Wednesday. We just came out. We tried to come out hard, but we were a little out of whack, and we got it back. We got it under control in the second quarter, and the rest of the way was pretty good.
Now, Pau, this was supposed to be the big test for the Lakers, the Houston Rockets. They have their big three, but you made it look easy tonight.
Well, they have a good team, but we just have a better team, I think, and that's just the way things are right now.
5-0, yet to lose. Talk about that winning mentality has to be important. You expect to win every night.
Yeah, we should. We have a great team. We playing like it, and now we got to go to Dallas and New Orleans. So those 2 games are going to be tough, and we're looking forward to them.
Thank you very much, Pau.
Thank you, guys.
There he goes, the big 7-footer, and indeed that will be a huge test for the Lakers. But Pau, he's modest. He was incredible tonight.